Da-na-na-na-na, 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 my baby.
Okay, so before we go down this little route of ours, I want to say that this video is split into two parts. The first half will be exclusively discussing the anime, how I'm feeling about the adaptation, and be completely anime only safe. No manga spoilers past episode 3. And the second half will be about the current Chainsaw Man Part 2 manga, with spoilers and everything up until the latest chapter, the whole kit and caboodle. It's no secret that Chainsaw Man's anime has had a dummy amount of hype for a lot of good reasons, and it's been really nice to see the excitement around the anime finally coming to fruition. At the time of writing, 3 gorgeously animated episodes have been released, and as a manga reader, they've been a damn treat. While I personally prefer the rough, sketchy lines and loud, playful colors of Fujimoto's original work to Mappa's more fluid and desaturated take, I'm not an idiot, or at least I'm not blind, and I can see that the work being done here is objectively impressive. The action looks great, the characters are still goofy and expressive, and the CGI is hardly a bother. Stuff like the Bat Devil fight was way more bombastic than the manga depicted it. If a fight this early on looks this good, we are in for some eye-melting spectacle further down the line. I love how so much of the detail packed into the frames feels almost tangential. Stuff like how blood erupts from Denji's face when his chainsaws come out. Like these little quirks in the animation that it really fucking shows you how much love is being poured into this adaptation. The openings and endings have also been fantastic. Kickback is a fucking banger. Why does it go this hard? It does not have to. When I hear that part that goes like that part makes me want to twerk. That shit got me wanting to jiggle my ass cheeks. And the visuals are a great example of how unexpected and yet fitting the direction of the series has been so far, paying respect to Fujimoto's love of movies, while also brilliantly showcasing the personalities of the cast. The endings are also lovely. I'm especially fond of the one in episode 2. I fucking love that thing. The visuals are so my style. They remind me a lot of FMA Brotherhood's first ending, Uso. And seeing Denji, Power, and Aki rendered like this makes me so happy. I want this as a wallpaper. Okay, so quick retcon. I know I said we wouldn't go past episode 3, but my god, episode 4 was incredible. So cover your little virgin ears if you haven't seen it yet. This was easily the best episode of the series so far. Everything about this episode was premium content, starting from the Leech Devil fight being way better than it had any right to be. I mean, look at the way they use 3D spaces here. It's ridiculous. I love how feral and over the top they made Denji. Like everything about this is movie level. This is God's work right here. The cone scene was perfectly adapted, from the pan out into the hand to the chilling delivery of the voice actor, and then just fuck. That was so sick. And what's crazy is it's not even just the fight scenes. Every other scene in this episode, in this series is gorgeously realized. The uses of blur and lighting are genuinely so good. They make everything feel so cinematic and add so much depth, something that a lot of anime is missing. That sequence of Aki waking up in his apartment, it's Oscar worthy. Look how sexy he is. All in all, everything on the animation side of things is as expected, but honestly, I'm more interested in some of the writing and directorial changes. I don't know if it's just me, but the Chainsaw Man anime feels deliberately slower than its manga counterpart. A lot of scenes feel like they're given more room to breathe. A bit more time is being given for viewers to acclimate to the world. And honestly, I really like this decision. One of my worries when the Chainsaw Man anime was first announced was that they try to squeeze all 98 chapters into too few episodes and turn an already breakneck series into something almost incomprehensible. And so far, at least, that couldn't be further from the case. I mean, the first episode is just one adapted chapter, and that's fantastic because it allows the episode to feel almost perfectly paced. However, that doesn't mean everything about the anime has been perfect. Some curious dialogue changes surrounding certain characters put me off, as well as the cutting of some minor content. Not to mention that I'm kinda disappointed at the rather short episode count, seeing as we won't be getting to pretty much any of the series' best content. That's not to say that earlier parts of the series are bad. I think Chainsaw Man is fun and engaging from the jump, but with this much hype riding on it, I'm afraid that without the context of later parts of the story, a lot of the nuance in the themes and storytelling may fly straight over people's heads, and we'll end up with a large crowd that finds the series to be underwhelming, or blindly praise it, or just simp for Makima. Fuck, I did not mean for that sentence to sound so gatekeepy, but anyone who knows anything about Chainsaw Man knows that only about 20% of the fan base has any media literacy whatsoever. And I just can't take any more dog shit takes about Makima, bro. I'll actually cry. More than anything though, I just hope newcomers are keeping an open mind and having a good time. Overall, the Chainsaw Man anime is pleasing me and I'm gonna be watching every week. I mean, just look at how they animated Pochita. He's fucking beautiful. I fucking love him. If you're an anime only, let me know how you feel about it, because I'm really excited to hear your takes on the series and how your initial perceptions may differ from those of us who consumed it in a different medium. And if you're a manga reader, don't fucking spoil shit, bruh. That's lame as fuck. And I've seen far too many people try to be cheeky about it. Let people enjoy things, you pussy ass bitch. And with that, let's move on to some more manga related thoughts.
You clearly want to make some, so why not just make it?
Because I'm scared.
Of what?
I don't know.
Exactly.
After damn near 2 years of hiatus, Chainsaw Man returned this past summer with quite a bit of flair. Now, let me first say that I love the choice to section the story into parts. It lets part 1 feel more complete, kinda a section of story you can enjoy beginning to end on its own, and have it be satisfying. It works really well seeing as the series could have ended right there and it would have been almost perfect. But having a part 2 lets us continue on without diminishing the impact the events of part 1 had. It's something I love JoJo for doing as well, although that's obviously more segmented. That being said, however, part 2 so far has not been what I expected. When imagining what this part would look like, I thought we'd be getting some silly, almost slice of life hijinks following Denji at school. Maybe he'd make some kooky new friends, we'd see him raising his little demon baby, and every once in a while a devil would show up, and of course there'd be a lot of fucking death. But I've gotten none of that, at least not yet, and I gotta say, I'm actually pretty glad. Fujimoto has never been an author you could accurately predict, and so when Chainsaw Man Part 2 opened with a thick-thighed chicken, a pedo-ass teacher, some two-faced trifling hoes, and a brand new deuteragonist, I was like, damn, I didn't expect that shit at all, but it was pretty enjoyable. I love what Fujimoto's doing here. I think it's clear that he's setting up Asa and Denji to collide in a big way sometime in the future, whether that be romantically, as friends, probably as enemies, maybe all of the above, and while I'm not sure how it'll happen, the possibilities of it excite me. The reason this works so well is cause 1, Yoru's character design is hard as fuck, and 2, Fujimoto's character writing is superb. It only takes him a handful of chapters to endear us to Asa, while simultaneously establishing a really compelling dynamic between her and Yoru. I think the relationship between these two is going to be one of the standout components of this story going forward. We've spent so little time, and yet we already get hints of both of them developing together through both of their inner dialogue. Yoru seemingly showing more hints of humanity, and Asa learning to take more control of her life and act in her own self-interest. Not only is it just fascinating on its own, but it also serves as a great parallel to Denji and Pochita's relationship. And I'm curious to see how this will serve Denji's development going forward, considering he's still supposedly the main character. Honestly, I want more Denji. Asa is great and everything going on with her, I'm all in for. But when we saw Denji pull up fighting that cockroach motherfucker after not seeing him in God knows how long, I was so hyped, bruh. I won't even lie. I almost shat my pants right there. I want to see more of his school life, what's been happening with him between the gap of part 1 and 2, and where the fuck is Nayuta? And how is he going to play into the story going forward? If I had to guess, and this is just speculation by me, but I think Denji's journey in part 2 will find him trying to get back to his November. For those of you unfamiliar with the Tyler song I'm referencing, someone's November is defined as kind of a time period they're nostalgic for, a feeling you got in the midst of the best times of your life. Maybe it's when they had the best friends ever, maybe it's when the stress didn't get to them, maybe it's something else entirely. But a common thread is that whatever, whenever, or whoever your November is, you're always gonna try to find a way back. And so, I think we're gonna see Denji try and get back to that best point in his life, as part 1 was most definitely his November. whether that's by building a new family with Nayuta, making new friends with people like Yoshida, or even falling for a new girl who will probably end up trying to kill him. Either way, I'm sure these are all questions we'll get the answers to in time, and I'm more than happy to wait for them to slowly be drip fed to me. That bi-weekly schedule was a little painfully slow if I'm being honest, but we're back to weekly now, so I can't complain. Most of all though, I just want Fujimoto to keep on making shit exciting. This is one of the only manga I read religiously, and if it keeps this up, I imagine it'll stay that way for a long time to come. Hey, what's good gang? I hope you enjoyed a more low-key, chill video from me. If it tickled your fancy, consider leaving a like or a comment, and if you're really feeling cool, subscribe. I have a pretty cool back catalog, including another Chainsaw Man video, so maybe give those a gander. This little internet institution of mine gets some good reviews, like this one from Lollapalooza, which reads, "Bro, you are a lifesaver. This review made me lose 15 kidney stones the size of my boner. You earned a sub." I mean, you can't get more glowing praise than that. Hey, welcome back laddies to the itty bitty ramble corner. First things first, thanks for liking the Shibuya vid. That thing was in the making for far too long, and you were all gassing me up in the comments so much. It actually makes me want to twerk. Nah, but really, thank you. That took a lot, and you can't see it, but I'm actually doing a little dance behind the screen right now because of how happy all that love made me. This video comparatively is obviously a lot lower scale. Honestly, I just wanted an excuse to talk about Chainsaw Man again, and plus I wanted to play around with this album theme concept even more, even if it's in a more limited way. Yeah, this was fun. It was aight. October was a good month for me, weather cooling down. Halloween was cool for me too. I was doing a lot, but November is looking to be a comparatively slower month. That's perfectly alright though. I'm playing God of War for the first time because of all the hype for the new game. Got me intrigued. This is only like the third Sony game I've ever played, but it's really good so far. I'm enjoying it. Joji just dropped a new album, and I'm loving it. Oh, and also Overwatch League Finals. Those are really good too. Yeah, I wish I had something cooler to say, but nah, not really. I apologize for this video being comparatively mid. I'm kind of in a slump when it comes to motivation for video ideas. Like, having ideas isn't the problem, I just can't find the fire to really pursue one. I don't know, I'm sure I'll figure it out. And in the meantime, I'll continue being a drippy ass person, and so should you. Much love, more life. See you guys.